Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend, where today we are starting to integrate with the rest of the world. We've at least met most of our neighbors now, very recently, most of them. And once again, we have the damn Morgaar just like pressing in on us from the east and trying to take our territory. In some ways, this is starting to feel very familiar. So now that this dude's running around on our landmass, I would be absolutely like flabbergasted if he was not in fact planning to take this region. We need to move on this like immediately. Probably not by building a settler in Gleka, because we have lots of other things that need doing in Gleka, but like maybe we delay what we're doing in Sayap a moment here. Just try to jam another settler out. What we should probably do is, first of all, we're getting to the part of the game, we're probably well past the part of the game where it makes sense to apply a movement bonus on our settlers. Let's throw a settler in the queue. Let one turn pass so most of the work on the borough streets gets finished. Plus, we get this extra point of population, and then we'll commit everybody to that thing. Because the other cities still have a lot of important stuff to do. A lot of important building is going on. Also, we have all these ruins we have to search. It was nice of them not to take that one. I gotta admit, I'm a little surprised by that. So we gotta take this and wall off. We also have to start like getting plugged into the world diplomatic situation. So like, do we know anything about how the other players feel about each other right now? Okay, the Morgaar and the Forgotten are getting along. Are they at war with anybody that we know yet? They are not. And you are just kind of neutral with everybody for the moment. I'm very curious what is going on with the necrophages in terms of like the amount of territory they own and who their neighbors actually are, because we don't see any of their territory. Right? They sailed a navy up to us, which is why we know them. But yeah, none of the peaks through the fog have shown us brown territory. So what we might want to do is consider getting friendly with somebody else and trying to trade for maps. We're picking up Arcana of Materialism right now because we do need that. Materializing, rather. Maybe it is worth dipping back into Last Era to grab Diplomat's Manse afterward. Or, maybe I should grab the thing that lets me start pulling Titan Bones out of the earth. That would probably be good, too. Alright, well, one concern at a time. So we know what we're doing here. Let's get Gleka building right of way first, and then probably on to Dust Refinery. I mean, these are both critical dust technologies. I have a lot of money. We probably don't need anybody on money right now. And given that I have so much money, maybe I can take it easy on the Dust Refinery. Maybe we can get everything else done first. So you're very food focused. That's fine for right now. Actually, you know what we should do? We should move people off of food here until it is just barely getting that person built in one turn, so that we can carry over as much onto the settler as possible. Virilia is industry focused because we're still getting a lot of the basics up there, and that's probably fine. So we have governors. No, we do not have governors for all of our cities. Well, that's the thing I probably ought to do with all this money. It's probably what I was planning on doing with this money. So there is an Exit the Chosen, which is always a compelling option. Zarcha Atenul is kind of whatever. Wadeha Khan is sort of whatever. Yeah, we're going to need to keep buying heroes for a while, too, because we're going to need to fill out the rest of this territory probably pretty quickly to stay on target. Well, yeah, I think it's definitely Exit the Chosen for right now. And which two cities don't have governors? That's right. We have a wounded governor as well. Okay. So we have a 10 population city. Avirilia has trees and stuff. Let's put Seago here. And we'll drop our new exit into the higher population city. And then we're going to need a governor for the new city shortly afterward. All right, you can search this. The Dish of Canuck. Honestly, pretty good. It's a pretty good shield. So, we have kind of an unfortunate situation here. I was gonna run over here and stop all of the damn pillaging. Boy, I sure want to run off and grab ruins. The pillaging needs to stop. We have to get this under control. Especially since it's just the one army, there shouldn't be any respawns or anything. What was the quest you gave us? Search unspoiled ruins in Laris? I wonder if this is Laris. Because I think that quest always gives you, it always sends you to an adjacent region. That would be very inconvenient, if true. Which means it's probably what it is. I feel confident about that. All right, I'm going to run over here and grab this before they turn around to do it, because I feel like they probably are going to. They definitely should. That doesn't mean they are going to, but they certainly ought to. All right, it was 80 dust, which is fine. Well, I cannot get to them this turn. Hopefully they'll see me and... Yeah, okay. Oh. They saw me and ran over here and fought. I guess maybe the Morgaar did attack them when they got adjacent. Well, cool. Much appreciated. All right, 6 turns. That's harsh. So how long are these pillars? All right, when these 3 run out, we'll drop 4 dust pillars. Okay, it doesn't matter where we drop them. Just all 4 of them go down at the same time. Okay, easy enough. So over here, we were building sort of toward. I guess I wasn't really building toward anything. I was just building to build. And I think we probably continue to do that, honestly. Yeah, we'll end up down here on these lava chimneys. That'll be cool. You know, with this ruin here, that does make things a little bit awkward in terms of the shape that I would ordinarily build. Well, I don't know if there's anything really that we can do about it because of the way the ocean bottlenecks around here and stuff. This city is just going to be a little bit not ideal for the purposes of pillar. It'll be okay. So this city could start pumping out more units or something. Even potentially additional settlers if we want to just like actually fill in the backfield here quickly. Which is perhaps worth doing, just like take this time to really expand. I am gonna push a settler out real fast while we do our next research. Look for a new building to build. So, do we want to go back and get diplomacy stuff? The cargo docks are going to be good in some cities, but not like broadly useful. We're doing a better job building in such a way that Alchemy Lab will actually be good for us, but it's probably not really that good for us just yet. Oh, right, Public Works. I was making a big point of getting our Palladian online and stuff so that we could get Public Works. Yes, because we do want that very badly. Okay, I think that makes sense. Wow, that's a movement conflux that the Morgaar just left for us. Okay, not complaining. It is nice to have actual income. All right, let's come down here and grab this ruin. I see there is a fungus among us, which is unfortunately not a thing we can really do much about. They built a watchtower, huh? Well, we can burn it all out when we're in control of the region easily enough. I think that's probably the smart way to deal with that. So, we do have access to the rest of the market. Is there anything here? Luxury boosters for us cost 30 right now. Is there anything that would be worth spending big on? Do we have a spice booster running right now? We don't. We're bringing in our spices, but we're bringing them in kind of slowly. It would definitely be worth it to just buy the spices out here. Let me let that run. And then do we want to do the same with anything else? The only other thing we could really... We could run emeralds, which I don't really care about. The hydromiel's not nothing. It'd be fairly expensive, though. We would be straight up buying 30 hydromiel, which we have to imagine is going to be in the neighborhood of the first load of 10 is 180, and then it's going to jump up pretty sharply from there. So 75% reduction in hero upkeep. Our total hero upkeep does that get broken out? Natural? Oh, good, it does. 121. So it's going to pull 90 dust per turn off of that value, which means that actually it's totally worth it. It's a little bit of an investment, but it will pay out. The thing is, I don't know if we'll be able to afford it. And I don't really have a lot of other stuff that I'd be comfortable selling. And I sort of want to just buy a bunch of Moonleaf. I'm gonna not buy anything else for right now. Okay, so we met another player. We have formally met the Morgaar. Or the Mycera. That's fine. Their army is visible to us for a moment. Well, I can't help but notice that you're in my territory, but it's fine. We'll deal with it later. I am not going to close borders or try to force them out or anything. They did run over here and take my ruin, it looks like, which does mean war, obviously. How quickly can I... Okay, we can make it back up here, provided that the eclipse holds. They really did, though, just swoop in when we were one tile away from it. The antagonism. Just the sheer lack of manners. And you think the Mycera have access to basically, information from every civilization that has ever existed? They should know a thing or two about what people consider rude. Which is to say that I believe it was an intentional antagonism. Okay, down here in Avarilia, we should rebuild a village. Yes, always rebuild a village. Very important stuff. And then, yeah, lots of important things to do. I'm looking at the Moonleaf here and thinking we should probably just buy out all the Moonleaf. So that if a little bit more Moonleaf ever goes on the market, we can fire that booster, because that is one of the most important ones. We're actually pretty close to being able to fire that Dust Orchid as well. I don't want to commit that much money to speculative just sitting on resources. That feels pretty not good. Well, at this point, I think we will probably be able to afford the hydromiel. So let's go ahead and run it. Because if it costs us less than 900 total dust to buy it, then it's a net gain, right? And it did. That was definitely less than 900. Yeah. Okay. So it's a small gain, but we just bought money. So that'll be just fine. Next turn we got to play. We probably shouldn't spend any more right now, because next turn we're going to have to put down four pillars, obviously. And then I guess that's that for this turn. Everybody's doing tremendously important things. All of our governors are working very, very hard. I do wonder if we should grab this with that second settler. Like, I should probably... After running these units over here, we should probably swim over there and see. Obviously, Pink has decided that it is their territory. So it's got a source of Palladian. It's got an Earth Spine over here, which is a plus approval anomaly. Can't really see enough of it to know just yet. Somebody has built the Alchemic Institute. It was the Morgaar. I may want that. So we may have to be prepared to make that happen. None of these are movement. Oh, that's a movement conflux. Give me that. And then I think this settler ends up getting to the settling region pretty quickly, actually. There's just Mycera running through my territory, badly injured, in a way that, is somewhat curious. Okay, what is my largest city right now? What's the city that is best built to take advantage of pillars? I guess we just have like a couple of cities where there are a few regions. Oh no, this city has this shape, so yeah, we should definitely drop a pillar here because 6 of its 7 tiles are getting extracted. And then I guess another one here, and another one there. And then one could go over here. Okay. 4 pillars of extraction at the same time. That'll fire at the beginning of next turn. And do I pop out another settler? I think so. And then we're gonna obviously commit pretty hard to some public works here, to some museums and whatnot. And hey, look at that. Look at all of the money. Alright, it'd be really cool if the eclipse would last a few more turns at least. I could really use the extra movement here. Alright, so let's get on land. I'm doing this to reveal as many tiles as possible here. Alright, it is unfortunately a very long and narrow region, which makes it a little hard to tell what exactly is happening in it. Alright, so you get down here so you can... Never mind, they did it. The bastards. Okay, well then... We gotta take Sharon quickly then. I do think that this region is not very good, but it does have Adamantian in it, which is a shame to lose. This region has the lovely clustered anomalies. Yeah, don't end the turn in their territory, please. All right, yeah. So we'll fill in some of this stuff. Hime could definitely yield some value for us. And Build One, I think, is just our first national museum, and we may want to push that so that we actually have some reasonable influence available by the time of the next Empire plan. Okay, we got 30 die. You know, that's probably a thing to pop immediately. Sent an Ardent Mage hero with the Transcendent Rod. Okay, so we've reached here. The level 6 Ateshi Zealot situation. Which means that we do need to research Ateshi Zealots, because we currently do not have the ability to even build those. And, you know, they'll be important in the long term, should a war occur, which, let's be honest, we all know is going to happen. So, we're about to move up into the next era. What do we want to do here? I still want to go back and get diplomatic technology. I'm going to do that. That's going to be our next move here. We're starting to get our influence into good shape. Like, let's develop the ability to do stuff with that. So this settler coming out here may grab this region for us potentially. We'll see. We'll see how it looks. So one more turn of Eclipse would be really cool, so that we could use the conflux to get to settling position. And we're gonna have to burn down all of this mushroom noise. Okay, what is the right settling position? Is it right here so that we have the ability to build into that quickly? Or maybe actually right on top of this black earth? You know, honestly, that does seem pretty good. 10, 11, 12 with some approval. We again end up in this situation where we have like a ruin in kind of an awkward spot, but yeah, I think that's reasonable. So let's just make it clear that you are not to expand any further in this direction. The eyeless ones in this area are not properly... I mean, we're going to have to unfungus them before we can even talk about assimilation. Build 2 extractors over first tier resources to get the extractors that get you first tier resources faster. That would be cool. I guess I'm about to build that emerald extractor, so we're halfway there. Also, level up any district or the city center of Build 1 in order to get Reaping Station for free. Wow. Okay. I will do that then. Thank you. All right, let's stop over and have a chat with these fellows. So, there's Adamantian and Palladian in this region. That's good enough, right, for it to be a must settle. It's a 2-village region. Hopefully we can get the villages flipped easily. So, like, I think it makes sense to settle near the Earth Spine. This thing down here is just basically bonus food, but the Earth Spine is in a forest, so we'll get a lot of industry out of that, and it is a little closer to Lais. There's like a real direct connection. I guess over here it's not very far from Avarilia. It wouldn't be that much different. And the Oasis does give approval, and there still are trees over here. So what is it? Are they building over a ruin here? Is that what this is? It doesn't indicate that it's anything, which is very strange. I think it's they're overgrowing a ruin. So I guess that makes settling here kind of weird. Or no, is that a Watchtower base? That must be a Watchtower base. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still inclined to settle in the north, I think. All right, well, let's hope the quest is easy. And everybody's continuing to build lots of important stuff. We do need a new hero for this city, although it's looking mighty effective and productive without one even. So we don't have a lot of good stuff here. Not a lot of value in the pool. There is a food boost 2 hero. Now, I will say that I do not love the Alayi faction tree for governing. You can see it's got a lot of army skills in it. This one reduces the cost of building with pearls in the city, which is something, I guess. Yeah, and then up here is, yeah, that's... So you're not a very good fit, my friend. The lore speaker has influence boost 1 Dust efficiency 2. I mean, you're dust and dust, but like your faction tree is kind of bad. Science boost 1. So we can wait. I was educated, and apparently it's the movement of exclusive heroes that refreshes the market. So, I mean, in theory, we could like buy an exclusive hero. Food boost 2 is just, yeah, it's just not compelling enough. And if we did take you, well, I'll tell you what we could do. We could take Dubuo Ofosu with the intention of eventually turning them into a spy. Take advantage of Dust Boost 2 and or Dust Efficiency 2 eventually, but just grab like Managed Torpor, or for the moment, grab Managed Torpor, double or nothing, and then push up this side into Lord of the Trance, just make a very effective spy, and then transfer them over to spying duty when that makes sense, and replace them with a new governor at that time. I think that that's a fine idea. Let's get you installed and start giving you XP. And actually, you're level 3 already. Of the two skills, I do think that Lord of the Trance is more important, more immediately important. So yeah, let's build up this way first. And you're fervent already? That's beautiful. That's beautiful stuff. Okay, yeah, build these things. Build me a couple of things. God, life is so much easier when your dust income is solid. Just like in real life. All right, this is a perfectly fine time for the eclipse to end. All right, show me easy quest. Successfully assigned 3 peace trades with other major factions in the next 15 turns. Criminy. You must prove your talent in the marketplace, demonstrating to them that they will enjoy plenty of interesting trinkets if they tie their fortunes to your empire. That's not the easiest one I've ever seen. Am I going to come down here and get this, or am I going to... I think I'm going to run north, because we want to see more stuff. So the Mycera got black spotted. That's interesting. Yes, we do have a common frontier, because you aggressively settled on me. Let's keep the order of events straight here. I think we're going to push... I'm a little torn between taking the second point of bonus movement for the army versus pushing up to the combat stats. I think the second point of bonus movement will be helpful right now, and it will increase the rate at which we get XP for stuff on land. Wow, your army's mighty fast there, friend. I wonder why you suddenly came ashore. I think we're gonna have to deal with some bullshit here. So do I want to build the National Museum in a city that only has 1 district? Probably not. Let's get it going here. Pop this settler out. Lais is definitely a good place for one. In fact, Lais is a better place for one than the capital. Although, you know what? Can I buy 1 Palladian, please? Thank you. Let's just do them both, right? Okay, we got lice. So I'm wondering if what we should do here is just bail. Because they're going to attack us, right? That's how they have set this up. Can I really not order you to get into the water here? Why is it better for you to get into the water there? I think that this unit's a little bit confused. Because once it gets into the water, it's only going to have 3 movement, right? Like, this won't be a single turn. All right, I'm gonna order it to move up there. I think they're going to attack us. So we're going to have to get in the water quickly. So, do we want to settle down here first? Or do we want to just go ahead and run over to Janeldas? We also have to worry about all this nonsense. So green moving ships into the water right here, just coincidentally when I'm about to put my settler in the water, is like some very the AI knows what you're doing ahead of time nonsense. I know they don't, but also, don't they though? So yeah, this is going to slow down our settle by a turn because I have to take a different route. A neutral army spawning, like there had to be a land army on one of these two tiles and then a water army on that tile in order for that route not to be safe to do. They really pulled out all the stops for me. I guess if I just jump in the water here, they attack me, I retreat, and then I, 1, 2, 3, like well, I guess zone of control will make it so I can't get out of the water in a single turn. Yeah, we do have to take a longer route. AI really going out of their way to make sure that I am never safe or happy. All right, get me this and then we'll start building this city out. So, Buildwan. Buildwan is the place where we were told we should level up a district to get a free good technology. Unfortunately, Buildwan's the one where the city is constructed in such a way that that's not actually easy to do. So, like, the right play is to build here and then there. And that would level this up. But I put a pillar down there because I wasn't thinking about building out here that quickly at the time. We could build around this to level this one up and then eventually do those builds. I do want to get out here toward the lava chimneys. How long does this pillar have left on it? It's really hard to get the mouse over for the pillars. Show me. And usually zooming out makes it a little easier, but in this case the nameplate covers it up. Man. Just show me the pillar mouse over. So let me figure out. Is mousing over the base of the pillar do it? No. Sometimes when you mouse over the region you get the pillar mouse over and sometimes you don't, and I don't know how to tell the difference. I don't know how to make it do the other thing. There we go. Okay. 7 turns. So no, we'll be done with the district long before 7 turns is up. I am, in fact, just going to build out this way more. We'll build around here, and it'll be a little bit less efficient in terms of approval, but it will get there. So you lot, do we just run down to Ahime? I don't think we have to be so worried about the Morgaar pressing in on that. So maybe it would be better to have this group run over this way and try to take some more of this stuff. I think that's my plan, actually. There we go. They will not stop me from expanding onto this landmass. I love territory. Okay, so with 1,000 dust, just sitting here on 1,000 dust, it would now be 35 of any resource to pop a booster, which makes the Moonleaf more out of reach, the Dust Orchid more out of reach, and people are not selling more of them anyway. We are going to want to have the dust necessary to drop some heroes, so I guess I don't do anything with my dust for the moment. Also, if we do end up in a fight, like spell casting, maybe how I save myself, so we do need dust for that. Alright, so we now have the ability to deal with the other players. And I would like to make use of that ability to some extent. And get in the water so they can't attack us. 80 dust. More XP. Obviously, we care a lot about this, but let's move toward winter immunity first. Oh, luxury booster costs are up. Fun. So activate 10 mid-level luxury boosters to get rid of that effect. Hopefully the AI will help us pop through that real fast. Yeah, let's get in the water right here. I'm going to leave them the option of grabbing that ruin. Gleka definitely needs to just start expanding because we have so many things to build into. Anomalies. Anomalies is the word I want. So many very important anomalies to build into. We are one technology off of moving up to the next era. Is it Alchemy Lab? Because we're going to get this for free. I mean, there's lots of other stuff that we need. The thing about the Zealots is we're not going to be building level 6 Zealots anytime soon. We will have time to research that. I'm going to grab the Alchemy Lab. We're probably going to have to come back for weapons tech at some point here. Maybe we can just stay internal and outrace people. I think our positioning is pretty good for it right now. We have a lot of land, and we're expanding in a way that's fast, but also isn't like destroying us. We're maintaining approval and everything. There is an Urkin down there, and all he wants is hydromiel. Is there more of that? Somebody must have sold it to the market in the first place. There is not. Well, it's a little concerning. All right, the grass silk and the wine have both run out. Bad news for us. Let us continue upward toward the good stuff. How much wine are we short of firing? 7. By which I mean 8, because I can do math. I will just buy 8 wine. I think that the wine is pretty important. It's actually, we're still fervent without it, I'm surprised to see. Although not in every city. Yeah, keep it running. I am being pillaged up here. Oh, right, yeah. Yep, that I know about. So I actually am going to have you go and dive in a ruin. It was nothing. Cool. Okay, then my carrot just left our settler alone. Much appreciated. So, obviously, what I want to be doing right now is exploring. I do not want to go home and fight lice. So probably what we should do, actually, is just build some new military units. We should have a military at home. So we do have access to the Rumbler, which is just, I mean, you know, they look like this. They're huge. That's their whole deal. Base cost 249 to our 174 Warlocks, but the difference is a Rumbler can get hit in combat without exploding in a shower of viscera. So I'm thinking probably our army is a little bit of each, actually. Sorry, that's not what I wanted. No, there we go. Get the movement trinket in the slot. Now, if we give these guys initiative weapons and we don't give the other guys initiative weapons, then, you know, they could take all the initial counterattacks, but unfortunately, because we do not have any glasssteel on hand, that's not really an option, because we burn through a lot of glasssteel very quickly with all of our buildings. So the question is, do you want 36 attack, 28 damage, and stun, or 27 attack, 12 damage, a little bit of initiative, and ranged slayer? I think probably stun. Stun doesn't work on counterattack, right? Yeah, it just says when attacking. It is a big hammer. So probably that's not actually that good. Because you're never going to get to attack. You're always going to be counterattacking. Versus, like, what are this guy's stats if we build him up in sort of a similar way? Cavalry Slayer seems less good than Claws. Alright, so in terms of actual build time. 3 turns for 49 attack, 34 damage. He's not even that much tougher. If we build some Telsum Warlocks, they're going to get killed. Like we will experience trades at best. But I do think that that's where we're at. So we'll build here and build here. That'll get us a technology, and it's a technology that we actually want. Out in Gleka, feels like we probably ought to build another one of these. And then this one, oh no, this is a geothermal pit. It's really hard to tell the geothermal pit from the oasis, in my opinion. That's why I thought this thing over here was a geothermal pit. It's basically, it's just, there's trees. So sadly, the oasis is the one that has the approval on it. And with our 2.2k dust, are we just buying out districts? Is that the part of the game that we're at right now? So we're gonna need to be able to hire 2 heroes at a cost of 700 to 800 each. We're making 480 a turn. I think I could buy this one. So 1, 2, 3. We will be able to build. Oh no, wait. This is the 4th extra district. So actually, I think we need to food focus here. I think we're not going to be able to build another district until the city has, after this one, until the city has 10 proper population in it. So yeah, get to people making on that one. This city really needs to get back to food focus, but I want to get that museum up as quickly as possible. All right, so let's go have a chat with the other players. How's everybody feel about everybody else still? Any major changes? Have you gone to war with anyone? You must be at war with someone. It must just be a player we don't know yet. Okay, so those 2 are friends, and they are pressing in on us from opposite sides, right? So I guess the question is, do we think that we could, like, power block up with them? Because if so, that's probably a smart thing to do. Would you... Oh, they like peace. They would give me stuff. Not a technology or anything, but something. Something we might be able to talk them into giving us some amount of something that matters here. I'm a little surprised to see they don't want to hand over the Moonleaf more readily, because, like, they don't have any use for it. But that doesn't mean that they don't know its value. Alright, I'll take that. So can we friend now? We have mutual friend. If I waited a turn, the fact that we had mutual friends probably would end up mattering to them. Does Bread and Circuses do anything for you at all? Are you approval maxed? The AI is almost always approval maxed. Or at least close. They're actually not. They're only at 68, it looks like. So yeah, no wonder they're saying that would be a useful technology. Yeah, because if we just block up and be friends down here, we can probably put a lot of pressure out on other people. Okay, that's pushed me into the next era. No, that pushed them into the next era, sorry. So that's good to know. They're doing okay on technology. So what is... Wait, what did that say? It must have pushed them into the next era. But this stuff would be colored in if somebody were in that era. Maybe it pushed... It must just be that that's not going to update until the beginning of the turn, maybe? Also, I could just, like, read the dialogue boxes when they come up instead of closing them immediately because I think I know what they say. That's an option that's on the table. What does it cost to buy these guys out? 1,000 dust each. That's a bad value. That's a bad value for that. All right, so this quest, they wanted us to sign peace deals with 3 people, right? We're not going to be able to do that right. We're not going to be able to do the other one just yet. Also, I forgot about this. Ah, yes, I forgot about this because it's impossible to do. Well, then we just, won't do that. So yeah, we have 13 turns to make peace with 1 more player in order to get some blood crystals and pacification without having to make a big problem about it. Who would we make peace with? I don't know. Pink, probably, but we gotta accumulate some resources before that's feasible. Sharon down here has completed its most basic structures. Let us continue the work. And then at some point we're gonna have to exfoliate, but let's build up a little bit before we do that. Honestly, I don't even know that it's not a high priority. So do I want to rush something out? My thinking was that I would settle this and that because there's a Titan bone there. We don't have to be nearly as afraid running around now, which is nice. We should probably take Samhain, even though it's not super great, just to, have a little bit of solidity over here. And it does have a spices booster, or a spice extractor, which means we will get a second tier 1 extractor up, so we will get Master of Luxury. So our spices and stuff will be coming in even faster, which is definitely a good thing. Spice is very powerful. So I think what I'm going to do for right now is hold on to dust, because we really are settling these 2 regions like now, and we will need the money for heroes. Now that we're friends with these players, we should probably try to trade vision off of them. Okay. The Mycara bought off that stuff. Common friends. Yep, we're all friends here. The Vaulters got the anti-guardian unit, which does not really affect me at all. I am being non-stop pillaged over here, and it's very annoying, but there's nothing I can do about it right now. I mean, there is. I could spend way more dust than it is worth to try to resolve that quickly. So are you... Okay, making friends with you is not going to make anybody mad at me. So you're not in favor. If I gave you the ability to make peace with others, you would be in favor. If I gave you, like, Dust Refinery, which you're very interested in, no, that would not be enough to get a technology back from you. It would be enough to get some materials from you. You'd pay me 1,000 dust for that. That's interesting. Do you have anything else that I want? Not really. But with 1,000 dust, I could just forge my own concerns. I think this is the deal that we're going to push, but obviously we're going to push it next turn when we have the resources, and then we're going to have to really consider the influence cost of our next Empire plan. So, let's have a look at this. Oh, it's Pixie Blood. It's a luxury resource. I just couldn't tell that it was a luxury resource because it's one that has like no shape or form. The thing is, like, settling down here is cool because it lets me build a district over top of the adamantine extractor really easily, but it does severely limit the size of the city because of this weird bottleneck. So I do still think that this is like the right... Settling over here somewhere is the right thing. Do I want it to be coastal? I mean, this feels better. It's so much more industry. You're sacrificing like a little science and a little dust for all of that extra industry. I think that's it. There's no thing that I'm close to being able to boost. It's 53. So this would take us to 42. That's not even close. Excuse me. We don't currently have any Titan bones, so we can't... Yeah, we won't be popping anything else anytime soon. Let's just go ahead and commit it. It's going to be an expensive Empire plan. But fortunately, we do now have the resources to shift into super high gear on making an Empire plan happen, right? So we got away Seago. Obviously, this is like a very forested area. It's probably just Seago. City is small and it needs that initial food and industry boost. Yep, I have no problem taking on one of these. You're level 3. I didn't actually look to see how many of your skill points are spent. None of them. Okay. That's nice. Yep, immediately making some differences around here. We love you, Aura. Okay, and that's been settled by... Huh. Okay, if we want Matanch over here, we got to get it, like, right now. Somebody build me a settler. Where do I want to... I definitely want to finish getting that 10th population point here. Like, can you... Yeah, you can build one pretty fast. I could 17th... Oh, I could just do that, huh? It would mean we wouldn't immediately have the dust for heroes, but also, like... The thing is, if a person who you have no particular feelings about or who is an enemy to you settles an area near you, it's just like it changes it from this is an area I capture with a settler to this is an area I capture with an army. If a person you want to remain friends with settles near you, it's a much more difficult problem. So I think I am gonna rush that settler out. We're just gonna sail over here and get that capped real fast. Stupid Morgaar, just making things difficult for everybody all the time. Yeah, okay. So you'll explore a little bit more. Honestly, the only thing this army really has left to do is just chat with these people to see what they want from us, and then maybe resolve that, and then we're heading back to the mainland anyway. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay. I think Gleka's doing just fine. We're just building up population and stuff. Yeah. And then we still have a couple more regions to settle down here. Remember. Okay, we entered a new era. A Dust Guardian has emerged in our territory, which I'm not necessarily wild about. Look at it. It's so pretty. The Age of Industry. Huzzah. So we have statistical methods. We have 3 sources of Mithrite, no sources of Hyperium. 1 source each of Red Sang Dustwater and Pixie Blood. Terrible stuff. Truly awful. Exit, yeah. Build up toward your good stuff. Red has been black spotted. The Mycera got the patriotic propaganda, which is going to happen in most games where you have a Mycera player. You know, keep in mind, we're still playing with a smaller number of total players in the game than there are factions, so we are not guaranteed to see every faction every game. We can probably food focus while we start to build out districts here. I guess I'm building this way toward that. I kind of wanted to just build a district over top of the Titan Bones, but whatever. We'll build the thing on them the old-fashioned way. And then the question now is, like, do we go for really fast? Well, no, I guess there's no point in going for fast Imperial Funding because we literally cannot build the buildings. I think I'm going to take Endless Mechanisms first. These late game Endless Mechanism searches can be very, very good, as we've seen in the past. All right, can I get you... Okay, all of a sudden you're not interested anymore. Well, we'll change up the deal. So dust refinery, it's just you value the dust way more than you used to? Okay, I see. That's not necessarily a problem. You don't really want to give me anything for it, though. Yeah, any technology I actually want is, like, very, very high value to them all of a sudden. Does it make sense to make peace with you more than it makes sense to make peace with, like, blue? Probably. Blue's in an area where they might end up in a fight with our friends. Alright, what about resources? It turns out there's not much I could give them that they would care about. It really has to be a technology. I don't necessarily want to enable them to make friends with other people. So I'll just take... Oh, their valuation of the dust is changing moment by moment as the turn unfolds. So now this is a 201 point offer for some reason. It was less last turn, wasn't it? All right, well, I guess we'll wait another turn on that. That's annoying. I really want to get these population points assimilated. Bring back 20 Hyperium. No big deal, right? I really want to know what that is. Okay, it's a Watchtower Base. We probably just bribe them or kill them. The thing is, these are base units, and also Temok Rayan is in base gear. So at this point, Hernas are actually probably, like, dangerous. You know what? We can just bribe the village. It's fine. That's not even that much money. We're going to have to rebuild the... Oh, the Mycarans may have rebuilt it when they overgrew it. Okay, well, that'd be nice of them. Alright, so we got Laius' settler. Let's get you out of there. And hooray, we're friends with most of the people who would otherwise be able to attack us. Yeah, definitely just get on land as fast as possible, and we will figure out the routing from there. So we've got to get this region in a hurry. And now that we know that we're seeing expansion all the way out to here... Oh, interesting. Interesting. I am starting to worry about Sadrej as well. So I don't know. We're probably going to want to just fill in all this territory pretty soon, actually. I think I might stop expanding after these two for the next Empire plan, and then we'll push in and grab these. So we do have another source of myth right over here, but even with all of this territory, not a single Hyperium. Not a lot of tier 3 luxuries available anywhere either. It's high value land in terms of anomalies, but pretty low value in most other ways. I am enjoying all of this dust, but I do not think there is any chance that we are putting down dust pillars again here. It's like food in the new cities is too valuable, and also, honestly, just like laying down a bunch of science pillars probably be a good idea. Alright, the spices have run out, and that's a problem we're not likely to be able to resolve quickly. Where did the new Urkin emerge? You don't say. Blood crystal is a thing that... Blood crystal is a thing that I can have. Let's go make a friend. Okay, you'll be done next turn, and then we will, with your bonus movement and speed of travel and stuff, we will have you run... God damn it. Ha! You don't even have units down here. No, they absolutely did not. Just... All right. Do we settle this region first? Like, I want to make sure that I do settle all three of them, but I probably settle this region first, actually. So why don't we just have you run... We have these 2 settlers. You did your movement for the turn, so yeah, this guy is settling in here, and you're gonna run across the region and settle for the Titan Bones. I don't know, like, on the river near the steppe soil seems like probably a good idea. We don't have any of the river technologies, but the river is at least adding extra points of resources to this, like, empty garbage desert. We could settle for the Rumbling Stones, but obviously their stat output isn't that great and they don't have approval. So I would definitely be inclined to, like, settle here, maybe. Get a little bit of industry and a reasonable amount of starting food, and then this city will just kind of be garbage, but it's garbage that's claiming a Titan Bone deposit for us. Which is like that's a pretty good deposit. Alright, so you're running for there. Oh, and then I don't actually, where am I settling? There's two anomalies down here. If we do settle there, then we're talking about a pretty, like, a weird bottleneck. But if we want to settle in the big area, it's like there's this salt desert and there's these geothermal pits. Neither one of those are particularly compelling. Yeah, I think your plan is, in fact, right here. And I think your plan is probably just returning to home. Now, if we make peace with the Mycera, I guess another downside of peace with the Mycera is that it does allow them to just build fungal garbage in our territory, I think, and it makes it awkward. I think it makes it awkward for me to remove it. The Advanced Alchemy Lab is not... It's not amazing in this city just yet. We're probably better off just continuing to build out. Although we do have all of the science stuff that we're going to have for a while. But, like, this isn't a bad build out, and then we can start creating the wings of the city. Where are you at on this population point? Okay, you need another minute or two. You just go ahead and keep producing troops very slowly. Finish building the basics here. We're still maintaining fervency in the smaller cities, but obviously that's going to come to an end in real short order. Avarilia probably just builds another district. This one's going to be a little strange too, huh? Because of the water. But I think that's like largely an element of the way I put the city down. What if we build here and here? Yeah, so if we build here and here and there, then we can put pillars there and there and there potentially and get at least some coverage. I mean, we don't need every city to be built in such a way as to be good with pillars. It's enough for... I'm just going to build toward the anomalies here. It's enough to have a couple of cities that are good at that, because you can only have so many pillars down, realistically. Like, good pillars. Anyway, that's not really... The limiting factor isn't really whether your 10th city is good at hosting them. Yeah, let's probably get some right-of-way going, because we're a little out in the middle of nowhere. I would love it if they would move their Khazar. Or maybe if I could take their Khazar through violence. The stats are not that good. He does have 1,000 health. And my units will melt on contact. So I'm just kind of debating still, like, whether this is the right other player to make peace with. Well, you haven't upset anyone in particular. Yeah, okay, let's do it. You keep making my life more difficult. You're just like constantly rebalancing the deal. I will give you the dust refinery, And in exchange, you will give me some amount of dust. Yeah, you still don't really have anything else that I'm interested in. I mean, like, obviously, Mithrite is valuable. It would be a lot more valuable if it was Hyperium. So every turn, this deal gets worse and worse. All right, I'll take it. Okay, so that's pacified them, and it has given us more blood crystal, enough that we can now actually run a blood crystal booster if we wanted to. Right, because we almost have enough, and we could buy... Yeah, it would only be 5 more, which we can absolutely buy from the market. So that's interesting. Maybe a thing that's worth doing before putting down the 2 other cities, just because we're starting to get into not automatically fervent territory. All right, lots and lots of resource gain going on all over the Empire. We will finally have a little bit of an army. So I want to go ahead and play here until we get these 2 cities down. We are going to have enough dust to run to run heroes for both of them immediately, which is obviously very good news. The hydromiel has run out. Absolutely not. Ridiculous. Give me a city for some titanium. What kind of situation does he think I am in over here? Is it really faster to get in the water? It cannot be faster to get in the water. Get over here. I'm assuming this guardian that spawned is somebody else got the A Guardian is coming for your city quest. All right, that Urkin belongs to the Vaulters now, which is not necessarily great news for us. That's a player that I'm not friends with. Oh. Okay, the necrophages have been eliminated, so they were at war with someone that we don't know, and that person has 2 empires worth of stuff now. So that's the thing we got to look out for. The thing is, I don't really want to trade for maps right at this moment because I am very nervous about the very small amount of money that we have. Or the very small amount of influence that we have, because we're going to have to pay very considerably for this next Empire plan. It's going to be an ugly one. All right, let's just go ahead and, like I said, run out here and get these 2 settlements. I am, in fact, going to go buy the 5 blood crystal so that we can run that booster, because I think we are going to need every little bit. And also, this means that me buying blood crystal earlier was not a total waste. It's true, I have contributed to a global event. That was not my intent, but it did happen. All right, let's just put them down. I don't see any reason to wait. So 14-3 industry. Yeah, I'll sacrifice a little food for a little industry here. The green has dust. It's not really a thing of any concern to us. We've assimilated a couple of new people. We got to lay down some pillars. That's pretty important. We got a lot of things we got to spend dust on. Zarcha Atenal is just gonna, let's just provide some bonus output to this city. And I'm being spied on. Who would do such a thing? It turns out it's green. So, steel technology is a little bit misnamed. The deal with the Forgotten is that they do not use the science resource at all. They can only get technology by trading for it or by, quote-unquote, stealing it. But I think the word steal, like, they're copying our technology, right? So we don't actually, like, lose any science output or anything. They're not harming us in any way. So I don't so much mind them doing this. And then their spy got wounded badly anyway. That one. It uses aggressive language and the icon of an aggressive thing happening, but it doesn't actually harm us, and it's fine. We're all still fine friends here. Okay, so obviously we want to get these things built. Everybody wants to start on dust. I'm pretty sure it just auto assigns your citizens to whatever thing has the highest number on it, which is often going to be dust. Okay, so yeah, get these done. In terms of heroes, we're talking about 800 each, so we are not going to have enough to lay down much in the way of pillars. We may... So 3 of these heroes are going to go off of exclusive next turn, which I think means that there will be new heroes available next turn. So what might be right to do here is just to lay down some pillars and then maybe bump some people over to dust to make sure that we can hire 2 heroes next turn. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know for sure what we're going to do there. What I do know is that this is probably where we're going to call it for today. So this is sort of the shape of things right now. I think these 2 regions are still relatively safe for us, but the fact that the Morgaar are settled in here makes me feel less certain about that. They're certainly being aggressive with their positioning. We have a large empire. We have friends. We don't necessarily need to get in a lot of fights, but I do think we're about to experience over the next few turns a pretty harsh resource squeeze as we try to position ourselves for having a real empire plan. And yeah, it's going to be an unstable time. So this is what we're going to call it for today, and thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time tomorrow, I am going to attempt to guide us through these next few turns of spending without going totally bankrupt, and then we will start, I think, really aiming in earnest for potentially a science victory, maybe? Fingers crossed. And we'll see you then.